Hello, my fellow classmates. My name is Jonathan, and I know we just finished our disposition survey. So here's my video. I'm very excited to share, my thoughts and opinions on what it is to become a successful educator. Some of the possessions that I think I have to be a successful educator are compassion, integrity, determination, the want to see students succeed, dependability, and a positive attitude. Of course, when it comes to compassion, you want to make sure, you are caring for your students. They come from different backgrounds, different lifestyles. You want to make sure that you're there for them no matter what. Integrity, of course, you always want to make sure you're always doing the right thing, even when nobody's looking. There's always rights from wrongs, and, you can be a good judgment of that, not only for yourself, but for your students. Determination, you want to be determined to see, as it coincides with the want to see success with your students, not only with, yourself, but your students, you want to make sure that you're determined to complete tasks. You want to make sure you're, determined to see your students succeed in any way possible, whether that's, if one thing doesn't work for one student, trying something new for a different student. So, always trying to see what you need to do to make sure that they're being successful. Dependability, your students are, depending on you to help them get through their education, to get through their goals, whether you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, or even higher education, they're depending on you to help them get through the process of their educational journey. And again, always a positive attitude is something that is always necessary. Whenever you're showing, positivity, you have that smile on your face, this will warm up the room. It'll bring up the atmosphere, and I think that's something that's really important when you're having students, because a lot of them, the school is their safe haven, and that's where they get their social interaction. That's where they, show their happiness and things like that. And as far as what I need to grow, to be a successful educator, I think, you need to have a want to grow, and I feel like, we can always change that all the time, just always determined to grow up higher and higher, no matter what level of education you are, whether you're working in undergrad, master's, you do need to learn that you want to grow. You need to have a want to grow. Passion, you need to have a passion for what you're doing. If you're just doing it for a paycheck or anything like that, then, how are you going to grow as a person? When you have that fiery passion, you're really, going above and beyond, and it's something you want to do, you want to learn, you want to be able to help people. A strong work ethic is very important when it comes to growing. The harder you try, the more successful you're going to be. And when you really show, your work ethic, when it's strong, people see that and they say, oh, he really does want to grow. And again, like I said previously, determination, you want to be determined to grow and succeed. So that's very important. And I feel like a professional educator, everybody has a different way of, thinking what a professional educator is like. I think for me, behaving accordingly to your, your school's policies, you always need to do that and everything. I feel like, having a positive mindset, a positive attitude, you need to have that, because that really does reflect off on your students. It, changes the atmosphere for a lot of people. I think, having a good moral standard as well is very important. As I said, you need to know what right and wrong is. You got to be able to make sure that, your students, they see what you're doing. So actions and words are really loud, especially when it comes to students. So, I always say lead by example. So making sure, whatever you do, or whatever you say to your students, you want to make sure you're also following through with. So, that's a lot of what I think about becoming, a positive educator who wants to grow, making sure you're successful. There's so much that, you can really do to really have an impact on, not just yourself, but your students. Thank you, guys.